Now, welcome to the Crypto Angel channel. Let's look at Quant. This was a request on TikTok. So I'm posting this on TikTok and on YouTube. If you want to see the one on YouTube, obviously you've come to the right place. But let's look at Quant. So right now, Quant is coming in at $151.10. So let me start on the monthly time frame, and we're just going to do a deep down analysis on Quant. So on Quant, on the weekly, or on the monthly time frame, I should say, you have the RSI currently going to the upside. It's currently at it's at 56 on the stock RSI out of 100. Money flow looks very good to me on the monthly time frame. That is still oversold, and that looks like you could get the bounce. That is at negative 60 out of 100 on the money flow. So to me, Quant on the monthly looks very bullish. We'll see what happens. So let's go now to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly, you have it overbought stochastics. It's completely overbought. It doesn't get any more overbought than that. You have the money flow, which is at 60 out of 100. So overall, money flow has more room to go, but not much more. It's getting up there. So that you close the weekly time frame in 4 days, and we'll see what happens. But right now, monthly looks good to me. Weekly is bearish. So now let's go down to the 3-day time frame. We look at the 3-day. You see that the RSI is curving to the downside. So short term, or at least I would say higher time. 3 days a higher time frame trade, right? Higher time frame. So 3-day, you're going to the downside. Money flow is completely extended. I mean, it's at 80 out of 100, so it's pretty extended. So that doesn't look great to me. And then you look at the 2-day, pretty much same situation. And you look at the daily, which has made an it's oversold on the stochastics, and money flow is still extended. So to me, usually when I see that, when I see those two lined up, what happens is you've made a higher low, but usually now, because the daily's oversold, you get a bounce, but because the money flow still has a lot more to go down, you see a lower high in the price. So the previous high was $170. It's likely that you make a double top or a lower high slightly below that, and then you get sideways consolidation for a bull flag, or you make some kind of falling wedge, and then you would make a lower low. So anything is possible, but right now to me on the daily, you're going to get some kind of short-term bounce here, but it's likely, I could be wrong, not financial advice, but from what I've seen over the past, years of trading, it's likely that this makes a lower high here when you do get the bounce on the daily time frame. Look at the 12-hour, kind of the same situation. 12 hours getting the bounce. Also, I should note that you do have resistance at $156.30, which in that range, you have resistance around $156. If you break $156, obviously you have your local high up there at 170, which you could also even probably say is short-term resistance. And then if you break 170, I do see a big move coming to around that $230 level. Now, if you do not break 155, or if you get rejected and stay below it, because right now we're at 150, your next support to the downside is your local low. You just put it in at 120. If you break 120, the next support that I see to the downside is $84. I would also say that you probably have psychological support at $100. But we'll see, right? So you also had one local top back in the 23rd of November at 108, so that's another price to note. But I don't want to have price or supports at every $10 level, because that's stupid. So overall, that's what I'm looking at. Now, if we go to the 8-hour time frame, you can see that the 8-hour time frame right now, it's getting the bounce on the stochastics. Money flow looks very good to me on the 8-hour time frame. And again, this makes sense because we said the 3-day was curving to the downside, but we said the daily was due for a dead cat bounce. So the 8-hour time frame would be helping the daily get that dead cat bounce. Now, again, 8-hour time frame definitely has more momentum. It's at 20 on the stochastics. 6-hour chart looks pretty similar. 4-hour time frame is making a lower high. And again, this is kind of another situation where I'm not surprised. And you could even say, be careful here. This could be a head and shoulders pattern here on the 4-hour time frame. So I don't talk about that much, but shoulder, head, and then if this puts in a lower high, anywhere below 170, this is going to be a head and shoulders pattern on Quant on the 4-hour time frame, which means you would likely get a move to the downside. Again, your next support I'd be looking at would be 120 to the downside. We go down to the 3-hour, same situation, 2-hour, same situation, overbought. 1 hour is curving to the downside on the RSI as well. Money flow has more momentum to go to the upside on the 1 hour, but overall, I gotta say, short term, I'm looking for a move to the downside. Yeah. Like, you could get a slight move higher, but even the 4 hours overbought. So I would just be cautious here. I would be looking for a move back not super short term, but I'd be looking for a move back down to roughly $120 level minimum, not financial advice. And if you break that again, you have a little support at 108, psychological support at 100, but that's what I'm looking at. So Quant short term, if you don't break 155, we'll say, is going to we'll say 156. If Quant does not break 156, I see a head and shoulders pattern breaking you at least to 120, and then probably even lower than that. Not financial advice. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications if you guys are on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, I'll be live instead of Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time. I'm going live Friday at noon, so that's when I'll be live, and then Monday we'll be back to our normal schedule at 11 p.m. Central Time. That's what I got on Quant short term. It looks kind of bearish unless you break 156.